That barbell around the corner though.
You did this one. Guys, we're about to go in. Guys, come on up.
The Cub Scouts here for a tour. The Cub Scouts here for a tour. Great, thank you.
So, are you guys from around here?
Yes.
No? Where are you guys from? Tacoma? So you guys crossed the bridge to get here?
Yeah.
I'm from Tacoma too, so I gotta cross the bridge too.
I didn't notice it.
We have 9 stations in Gig Harbor that go all the way from Fox Island. Yep, all these red dots are stations. And so, and see how there's these little boxes here? So if we get toned out to a call, the dispatcher tells us the address and then the number of this little box, which is also a map page in our map book. So we can just turn to that page and figure out exactly where we need to go. So all of this has a minimum of 17 people, 17 firefighters every day watching over it. Cool?
Take a seat. Go take a seat, boys. Take a seat.
Alright, why don't you make a big U? Make a big U so you guys can all hear. Why don't you come on the other side so we can all talk? Alright, guys. Alright, if you guys are going to get badges, right? Or something like that?
Yes.
Alright, so let's pay attention. So, stop, drop, and roll. Who wants to talk? Who wants to tell me all about that?
Actually, no.
No? Didn't one of you guys say you could do it?
Oh.
Who wants to? You want? I see your hand up. Okay, can you explain it to me?
So when there's a fire and you want to get on the ground for smoke doesn't get up your nose and you start coughing and then
You pass out?
Well, kinda. So if you need to stop, drop, and roll, is the room on fire or are you on
you're
fire?
on fire.
You're on fire.
You're
You
on
have
fire.
to take all the air circulation away from the fire.
Yes, good job. So when you find yourself on fire, you stop what you're doing, you get on the ground, and you kind of roll around, basically patting it out, trying to get the oxygen away from the fire and letting it out. So I wouldn't always suggest putting a fire out with a blanket because guess what can happen to the blanket? It can catch on fire too. So yeah, so only with maybe a small fire that's like not liquid, like if you have oil or something like that on the kitchen, on the stove. So don't do it with oil. Do it with anything. Maybe if you're gonna do it with something else. Yeah, we talk about fire. It'd probably be more effective to do that than use a blanket. But if you have a blanket and you have a small little fire, you can put the blanket on top and then pat it out or stomp it out. Same thing. So, has anybody heard their smoke alarm go off before?
Oh yeah.
Right? What? And how come that goes off?
You heard your alarm go off and
Okay, good. Good thing you said smoke, because a lot of people say it goes off because of fire. It doesn't go off because of fire. It goes off because it detects the smoke, right? And so a good thing to do when you guys get back to your homes is sit down with your mom or dad or whoever you live with and you make a drawing of, let's say you're looking down at your house from up above and you make a drawing of all the rooms and everything and you figure out where your emergency exits are, like your front door or your back door, or maybe you have a garage door or hold on. We'll hold the questions until end, okay? And so once you talk to your mom or dad or whoever you live with, you figure out where those emergency exits are, you need to find a place outside, a meeting place outside. Maybe it's the mailbox or a big tree in your yard, or maybe you have something outside that you guys can all remember to meet up at. So that's something between you and your folks. But then you meet up there, and then you make sure everybody's there. And if not, then you know something is very wrong. And hopefully mom or dad or somebody called 911 if they noticed any flame or smoke in the house. So what are we going to do when we get home?
Make a map.
Make a map and figure out your important places to be and important exits out of your house.
And then set your house on fire so you can grab
No, I would not do that. Then you wouldn't have any place to live.
Yeah. You'd have to live outside. Get outside this.
And most of the time, this is my fire engine 51. So, as you can see, we've got lots of cool stuff in here, lots of buttons that we can press. We've got cool headsets that we can pop control on the radio or stuff like that. What's that sign? That's kind of like our mascot. Have you guys ever heard of Popeye?
One with like the giant muscles.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really even look like Popeye that much, but it's what we got. So that's our driver's seat. We got this is where our back is. We can carry up to 4 people back here. So I carry my gear and all that kind of stuff because we don't have to do so put this on.
So I work with the Rationale
And breathe the
I
air.
was like, well, like, what are those guys? That's how we do
It's not a gas
And
mask.
then I talked to them and just made it easy to do that.
Is this a water pump?
And they were like, oh,
The water pump is on the is back behind on this. These are all the levers that give us water to whatever. So like, see this right here? This is the #1 discharge. So if I want water to come out to this, I pull this sign that says #1 side discharge. This is my driver's side pre-connect. Passenger side is the blue line, which comes off the other side. That's where it's plugged in over there. So all of these different levers allows water to come out of a different pipe or something like that. And so depending on what hose we have on the ground, I pull one of those. And this, does anybody know what this big hose is for?
No.
Pumping from the fires. No. Oh, you touch it?
This is where the water comes in from the fire hydrants. Good job.
That's what I was just about to say. Me too.
Nice.
I said it first. Actually, it doesn't even
All right. So in here we have some more cool. We got a secret compartment. We got accents. We got a way to clean up all the mess and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Those are ski-doo. Jet skis.
Speedos? Is that Speedo?
No, they're not speed boats. They're jet skis. Yeah. So back here we carry all our medical equipment. Because most of our calls are for people that are sick, right? Because out of 100 calls, we only get like 10 fire calls. The rest are all medical calls. That's what we put on. So we have all our medical equipment and stuff like that. More air packs, more equipment. Does anybody know what we carry behind here? Hose. Yeah, this is for all of our hoses. We have like 7 different types of hose back here, different sizes. So I've never saved a cat, but I've been to somebody that called me because their cat's up there. Unfortunately, his cat was about 75 feet up a giant tree, and we don't have ladders that get that high. And so we just told her that when it's hungry enough, it'll come down on its own.
Actually, that is very true. But sometimes cats don't really like it.
They'll get down one way or another. All right, back up a little bit. Anybody know what this is? cars.
Yeah.
For a car accident. We call it a combi tool because it can cut things and it can spread things out. Like these two teeth will spread out really wide and can spread stuff like that. Yeah. Other people call them the jaws of life.
Yeah. They basically just need to shove it inside a car.
This thing is about 50, 60, or 60 pounds. It's pretty heavy. I would, but it's pretty big, man.
Yeah, that's probably about as much as
Ambulance calls we go on versus fire truck calls.
Like 90 to 10.
Yeah, 80 to 2, right? 8 to 2, 80%. So most of our calls are ambulance calls, but we'll always have a fire truck with us when we go. Why do you think that is? Well, go ahead. Maybe.
If there's a fire,
Not a fire. It's not a fire related. Why do you think? So we get medical calls and we bring a fire engine because everyone who's on the ambulance is a firefighter and everyone who's on the engine is also an EMT. So we're all EMTs. But when we get called, sometimes the information isn't really clear. And when we get there, we want to make sure that we have enough people because you never know where someone might have collapsed or where they might be. And sometimes it's really hard to get them out because a person doesn't just get sick where it's really easy to get them on the gurney. Sometimes they're in their bathroom or sometimes they're down in their basement. So we need help. And we bring the fire engine along because if there is a fire and we're out on a call, we want to be able to go straight to the fire. Does that make sense? All right, so can you guys carefully climb up and sit on the benches in there? I'm going to turn the lights on. All right, so this is like our office, like our workshop where we work. Usually we like to, when we have a sick person, bring them in here because then we have all of our tools available to us. We know where everything's at, and we have the person right in the middle where we can help them on either side. All right? Usually if somebody gets sick, we have environmental stuff, hot and cold packs there. We have maternity stuff up there. And then this is kind of the medic side here. There's stuff to give IVs with. What else do we have here? We have drawers that have stuff that we can give you oxygen through because we have a big oxygen tank there. And it comes right out of these ports there, right? Well, so that would be like a dome light and a fan, and we can turn the suction unit on with that. We can turn more lights on with that. It's not on right now, but yeah.
We'll just sit over here. We'll just stand right in front. We'll just stand right in front.
Three cheese.
Funny face?
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
What do you do? I like it.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, any last questions before you go? Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think
All right, guys.
All right.